This is a streetwise kid. He's a member of the GLC's new Road Safety Club.
What do you think that looks like?
He takes in information because it's fun and not a lesson.
Look, that boy isn't holding his mummy's hand.
If your child is nearly 3 and lives in Greater London, he or she can collect all 5 free books over 2 years.
Look, that boy isn't holding his mummy's hand.
Help make sure horror stories don't really happen by making your child a streetwise kid. To join, phone 01633 2000.
You can find out all you need to know about today's and tomorrow's programs at the touch of a button with Oracle's TV Guide. The TV Plus pages give you behind-the-scenes gossip, film reviews, and the rest of the week's program highlights. So whenever you want the full television picture, page your Oracle.
Last one in. There, look at that. And look at all these lolly sticks I've saved. Now, this is really easy to make, and it can be anything ranging from a doll's house window to a fence for the wee people. But what I really like about making things with lolly sticks are the jokes you find on them. They really make me laugh. But they don't make me laugh half as much as Tickle on the Tum.
Tickle on the tum. Tickle on the what? Look down, there's Tickle Town. And there's the River Tom. Tickle on the tum. Oh yeah, tickle on the tum.
Hello, Danny.
Hello, Miss Marker.
Afternoon, Ralph.
Good afternoon.
Now, I hope you don't mind, but on my way to school this morning, I noticed you'd left your rubbish and old newspapers for the dustbinman to collect, and as I was rather short of old newspapers, I took them all to school.
Oh, I don't mind at all. In fact, I'll save you all my old newspapers if you like. But what do you want them for?
Papier-mâché.
What?
Let me tell you about the last time we made it at school. It's a very funny story. You see, papier-mâché is great fun, but very gooey. You get a large bin and fill it with paste and water. Then you tear up hundreds of newspapers into tiny bits and mix everything together into a nice soggy squodge. You can make all kinds of things with papier-mâché. Trays and dishes and plates and pictures for the wall. Well, when it's dried off a bit, that is, but we were still at the wet stage and things did get rather glued. Things like tables and chairs and children and, teacher too. Still, I did manage to unstick myself eventually, so here I am. After sticky time, we decided to do something a little less gluey. And because it's spring, we made up our minds to grow things. We put cotton wool in eggshells, sprinkled mustard and cress seeds on the cotton wool, gave the seeds some water every day, and when the mustard and cress grows, we'll make our very own sandwiches. Oh, and we're growing our own daffodils and crocuses too, so it's been quite an interesting growing time. Oh, little Rosie Moon wasn't having an interesting growing time. Little Rosie Moon was very, very quiet. And Rosie is usually a noisy sort of child, always singing and dancing and chattering. What are you growing, Rosie? I asked. Nothing, she mumbled, looking down at her shoes. But we're all growing something, I said. Well, I'm not doing any growing, said Rosie gloomily. And there's nobody in Tickle on the Tum school is ever gloomy. I felt rather worried. Then Rosie's mother came to see me. I could tell she was quite upset because her let's get down to business hat was on all crooked, and the yellow rose on the brim had slipped over one eye and was swinging back and forth as she shook her head. My Rosie, she whispered, is standing in a bowl of water every night. She says she's too small and the water will make her grow like it makes daffodils grow, but my Rosie's not a daffodil, she's a little girl. My floors are all wet with her footprints and there isn't a dry towel in the house. So Mrs. Moon and I spent a long, long time with Rosie. At last we managed to explain to her that standing up to her knees in water every night wouldn't make her grow, and that we love her just as she is anyway. So that sorted out the first problem. Now, the other problem was not quite so easy. Johnny Jones, who's the biggest with new front teeth and a very loud whistle, had started his own secret growing project. Johnny's secret growing project was a big red plastic bucket filled with so much soil it was too heavy to lift, a great big packet of Tickle Grow plant food, and an enormous green watering can. Every day, Johnny Jones watered the soil, sprinkled on some plant food, and waited. And waited. And waited. What have you planted, Johnny? I asked. It's, a secret, he answered. But when it grows, we shall all be very rich. Well, I was puzzled. Days and days we waited, and nothing grew, not even a weed. In the end, I decided to have a closer look at Johnny's secret growing project. So one afternoon, after all the children had gone, I dug deep down into Johnny's big red plastic bucket, and what do you think I found? A penny. I polished it out and called Johnny in. I'm sorry I pried into your secret, Johnny, but I just had to know what was growing. I was trying to grow a money tree, grumbled Johnny, with crisp pound notes instead of leaves. You can't grow money, Johnny, I said, but you can collect it and save it. I'll think of something, honestly I will. So the very next day, it was back to sticky time. We made an enormous and very handsome pink papier-mâché piggy bank with a slot in its back for our pennies. And when we'd saved enough pennies, we had a splendid party with red jelly and sausages on sticks and, some of Mr. Crust's special little cakes with cherries on the top. Johnny was very proud. After all, it had been his idea in a way. You see, he said, wiping the jelly from his chin, money can grow after all.
What a good idea. I'm going to save all my old newspapers in future, and then you can send the children around on Fridays to collect them.
Thank you very much. That would be super. Goodness, whatever's happened to those plants? They don't look very healthy.
No, I know. I'm hopeless, I'm afraid. I always forget to water them, and Danny always gives them too much, so they die anyway. So we've given up.
I know. In exchange for the old newspapers, I can send the children round with some cress when it grows, and you can try some cress sandwiches, a Miss Marcus special.
Oh, that'd be great. You hear that, Danny?
Yes, that's a great idea. I've always wanted green fingers, but the nearest I've ever got is green fingernails.
Go on, green
Danny.
fingers. I mean green nails. Let's have a look at the post, see what we've got today.
Jolly good.
Here's a couple for you.
Thank you.
And a couple for you.
Great.
And this one, this is the first one. It's from Caroline Latter of St Cuthbert School, Carlisle. And she says, how do you know there's been an elephant in the fridge?
I don't know. How do you know there's been an elephant in the fridge?
Footprints in the butter.
For that. Now, this one's from,
How do I do it?
from Joseph Woodside, Morallerton School, Didsbury, and he says, why did the hedgehog cross the road?
I don't know. Why did the hedgehog cross the road?
To see his flatmate.
No. Right, Victoria Buslam, age 5, Morallerton School, Didsbury. Why did the orange stop at the top of the hill?
I don't know.
Why did the orange stop at the top of the hill?
Because it ran out of juice.
And this one's from David Pottinger, Bellsbury Primary School, Shetland. And he says, what did the policeman say to his chest?
I don't know.
What did the policeman say to his chest?
You're under arrest.
Now, Pippa Howe of Sawbridgeworth, Herts. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Irish stew.
Irish stew who?
Irish stew in the name of the law.
Oh, a money tree, oh, what a wonderful sight to see. Plenty of money for you and me. I wish there was a money tree. Now, if you plant an acorn, it will grow into a tree. And on it will grow acorns dropping down on you and me. But if you take a penny and you put it in the ground, no matter how much you water it, it'll never become a pound. Oh, the tree, the money tree. Oh, what a wonderful sight to see. Plenty of money for you and me. I wish there was a money tree. Now, if there was a money tree and you needed a couple of bob, you just walk right up to it and you pull a pound note off. And when it came to autumn and the pounds fell to the ground, there'd be berries just like pennies, some of silver, some of brown. Oh, the money tree, the money tree. Oh, what a wonderful sight to see. Plenty of money for you and me. I wish there was a money tree. Now, if you plant a seed, it will grow into a flower. If there was some sunshine and occasionally showers. But if you take a penny and you put it in the ground, no matter how much you water it, it'll never become a pound. Oh, the money tree, a money tree. Oh, what a wonderful sight to see. Plenty of money for you and me. I wish there was a money tree. Now, if you plant some parrot seed, you won't get many parrots. But if you plant some carrot seed, you may just get some carrots. But if you take a penny and you put it in the ground, no matter how much you water it, it'll never become a pound. Oh, the money tree, the money tree. Oh, what a wonderful sight to see. Plenty of money for you and me. I wish there was a money tree. Now, from a holly berry, a holly tree may grow. If you plant a snowdrop, you may get a drop of snow. But if you take a penny and you put it in the ground, no matter how much you water it, it'll never become a pound. Oh, the money tree, the money tree. Oh, what a wonderful sight to see. Plenty of money for you and me. I wish there was a money tree. Oh, the money tree, the money tree. Oh, what a wonderful sight to see. Plenty of money for you and me. I wish there was a money tree.
She-Ra, Princess of Power at 4:20 and Murphy's Mob at 4:45. But first, it's Thomas the Tank Engine.